Namaskaram everyone. This is another yoga video at the bottom of the garden where yes, there may be the odd blade of grass that gets in the way, and my house is up there somewhere and the sun is coming in, and I'm going to talk a bit more about what do I gain from yoga, what do I get out of it. And I was just reminded of when I used to do Iyengar yoga a long time ago. I must have been about 20 or so with this particular teacher that I'm thinking of. And I remember this class that we did, and every single pose that we did was downward facing dog or mountain or whatever you want to call it. The one where you're up in the air in a triangle shape with your bum pointing up here. And we did all sorts of different hand postures. We used blocks, we didn't use blocks, we used the wall, we did all sorts of stuff. And by the end of it I was like, I've got this downward dog, you know, I feel really aligned, and I feel kind of strong and centred, and yeah, it felt good. He was a good teacher. He was an unusual man, but a good teacher. I didn't know anything about Isha Foundation at that point, and I didn't really do that much meditation at that time. But yoga for me was about pulling some postures and these shapes that I was making with my arms, about reaching and about alignment, and now it's completely different. So, what have I written here on my little sheet? So, for example, now I do something called Surya Kriya in the morning. I pretty much do that without fail, and I love Surya Kriya. And for me, it really connects me to my surroundings and the moon and the sun and the cosmos, and it's just so much more than just making shapes. I do it all with my eyes closed, and most of Western yoga that you might do in a class, you do it with your eyes open, and maybe you're listening to a teacher speaking, or you're watching them do something, and you're very aware of that person teaching you and what you're doing in relation to that. But when you get to a point with yoga when, okay, Surya Kriya is one set of movements and it's the same every time, and you can either do one round, or you could do 3 rounds, or you can do 5 rounds, or you can do even more rounds, but it's always the same every time. And I have found that that connection goes so deep that I now know when it's new moon by doing Surya Kriya. I now know when it's full moon, and between those times I'm feeling that my body and my being is much more connected to the cosmos. So when it's a day for me that is strong in the cosmos, I feel it. I'm able to connect with that kind of strength, and I never used to get that feeling with just a normal class or something. I was so kind of exterior with looking at someone or listening to someone or looking at myself and what I was doing. Everything was outward. But with Surya Kriya and meditation and the other yoga that I do, and especially if your eyes are closed, it's so inward, but at the same time your body is so connected with the cosmos. And I never thought that would ever happen. But not that long ago it started happening, and I don't even need to look at a calendar now, and I know when it's full moon, I know when it's new moon, just by my yoga practice. And I think that's really quite magic, quite amazing really. It is, it's magic! I keep saying that, it's magic! It just is. And it just reminds you that actually we are all part of this cosmos, we are all connected to everything. There is no disconnection, you just have to learn how to connect to it and how to feel it. Am I ranting? What else have I put? So it has its own power and its own strength. And before we used to make, you know, with Iyengar and with all kinds of yoga, it's always kind of really important how you breathe within a pose. But now, as it becomes such a kind of regular part of your practice, a bit like chanting, you don't have to think about the words or what you're saying anymore. It just happens. It just comes out of you without any thought that goes into it. And that's the same with a physical movement. There is no thought that goes into kind of what's going to happen next or what am I doing now. So you're just in it. You're just extremely present. And that being present is kind of a power and its strength of its own. So yeah. So now the alignment isn't just, where is my finger? Am I looking at my finger? Where is my arm? Where's my back arm? Is that in line with my front arm? It's a different kind of alignment. It's alignment with the cosmos rather than just a physical alignment. I hope that makes sense. Oh, I love making myself laugh. Yes, if you enjoyed that yoga video, then please do subscribe and find out more about my ramblings and what yoga means to me and what I get out of it. Then yeah, please subscribe and comment below if you want to. And I'll see you soon. Bye.